Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Last week on my Instagram story, I posted a Q&A and you guys had a lot of questions for me. So instead of spamming you, I decided to make a YouTube video answering all your questions. To begin, I'm going to start with answering you guys' fitness and gym related questions for me. One question that kept coming up was, what's your workout routine? So pretty much my workout routine is I lift weights 4 to 5 times per week. It just depends kind of on the week. I train lower body, upper body rest, and I just repeat that. On lower body days, I usually start with either a squat, deadlift, or hip thrust. I change that every single workout, and then I rotate through with whatever my squat workout is, my deadlift workout, my hip thrust workout. And then for upper body, I usually start with chin-ups and do more kind of calisthenic workouts. And then on my rest days, I do Pilates and core-focused work. And yeah, besides that, every single day I try to do at least 5 to 10 minutes of some type of yoga or stretching, and I like to go for walks. So I do a lot of walking. I try to get 10,000 steps every single day. And yeah, that's my workout routine. What's the hardest thing you had to deal with in your fitness journey? If I had to choose one thing, it would probably be when it was COVID and the gyms were closed, and I was really sad about that. And I had just come back from college, and I went from having no food in my dorm room pretty much to having a bunch of unhealthy food at my house. So I just overate and gained like 10 pounds and then wasn't really working out. So I would say that's probably the hardest thing I went through. But then I was able to get back in shape and obviously get in better shape. So I'm happy I went through that. How did you lose the skinny fat look? Usually the skinny fat look kind of comes from not having enough muscle mass to fill out your frame and not being at a low enough body fat percentage. So in order to get rid of that look, you have to gain muscle and then lose body fat, or gain muscle and lose body fat at the same time, body recomp, right? The way I was able to do that was through my diet, increasing the amount of protein I ate, slowly increasing my calories, increasing my carbs, all of that, and then training really hard in the gym to get as strong as possible and put on as much muscle as I possibly could. And that really helped me get rid of that look and get the look that I was going after. What's your max bench, squat, and deadlift? Being so real right now, I absolutely hate bench. I don't bench, like ever. I used to, and at one point I got up to 125, but I have fat right here, and every single time I bench and train chest too much, this like starts to bulge out because the muscle underneath kind of like pushes it out. But whatever. So I don't really like to train chest, so I don't really bench. But at one point it was 125. Now, honestly, it probably still is 125 just because I'm pretty strong still, but I don't know. Squats, I hate squats too. Like, being so real, I've just started to like them kind of recently, but squats were my number one enemy for the longest time because I have long femurs and really bad ankle mobility. So my squat depth is absolute shit. Like literal shit. It's really bad. Really bad squat form. But yeah, I have done 205 for 4 or 5 reps. I don't know how many. It was either 4 or 5. I can't remember, but I've never tested a max. And then for deadlift, I know my max is 325 because I love deadlifts, and I'm actually pretty good at deadlifting because I have a strong back and butt. Speaking of which, best glute exercises: hip thrusts, RDLs, glute focused back extensions, kickbacks, reverse hypers, abductions, step ups, Bulgarian split squats, lunges, and squats. Those are my top 10. But I would say if you just want to hit your glutes, focus more on like hip thrusts, glute bridges, and kind of more of those isolation exercises versus something like a squat, which is going to get your quads a lot. Or do like machine squats. Like, I like hack squats a lot for glutes. How to keep motivated to go to the gym. Now, I'm already going to tell you this is the wrong question because you cannot rely on motivation. Motivation is not going to get you to the gym on the days you don't want to go because you are unmotivated. You don't want to go. Instead of relying on motivation, just decide, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to work out. And once you decide that in your mind and you execute and do it, it becomes easier. So just make the decision and force yourself to do it. Literally, if you have to bully yourself, bully yourself. Look in the mirror, be like, wow, I'm a fat piece of shit. I need to get my ass to the gym. And get your ass to the gym. That's my biggest motivation tip. Supplement recommendations. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do a whole nother video on supplements, but for now, I'll tell you like 3 or 4 of my favorite. First, digestive enzymes. I'm obsessed with digestive enzymes because they make you look not fat as shit after you eat. So it helps with like bloating and stuff like that. Second, L-glutamine. One of my favorite all-time supplements. I take it every single morning, and again, that helps with bloating as well. Third, I'd probably say caffeine, because caffeine is technically a supplement, and I'm obsessed with coffee. I have to have coffee every single day, but I don't like to overdo the caffeine. I don't really encourage energy drinks or anything like that because that has like too much caffeine in my opinion, and I don't think it's good for you to have that much caffeine every single day. And then fourth, I really like alpha GPC for strength training. I take between like 900 to 1200 milligrams if I'm trying to go really hard, really heavy in the gym. Like for example, when I really want to deadlift strong and be like strong as, I take alpha GPC. And I can make a whole video explaining like what these supplements are, and I will make a whole video about supplements, but that will take too long right now. What keeps you inspired? My haters. No, I'm just kidding. What inspires me is that knowing that, honestly, I'm amazing, and I'm meant to achieve amazing things and do amazing things, and I can always be better and do more. I always know I have more to give, so I want to give more and get better, get smarter, get stronger, get prettier, get skinnier. Yeah, that's what inspires me. It's pretty much be better. What is your height, weight? My height is 5'9". A lot of people are like, oh, you look super tall. Yeah, I am pretty tall, but I'm not like a giant. And my weight is between 135 and 140. It kind of fluctuates within that range. I want a bigger butt, so I'm trying to get higher, like to 140 to 145. But it's really hard for me to gain weight because unfortunately I'm a skinny legend. But yeah, one day I think I will be able to gain weight once I stop doing as much cardio, which, you know, I have cut out a little bit of cardio, so hopefully my butt will get bigger soon and I'll gain weight. How do you manage stress? Well, I have an exercise addiction. So when you have an exercise addiction and you go to the gym all the time and you go to yoga and you go for your little walks and you breathe and you enjoy life, you go in the sun, you don't really get stressed. So I manage stress by not getting stressed in the first place. Nothing is really ever that deep and worthy of being stressed over. Period. Do you have a pet? So I actually have 3 pets. I have 2 dogs. Cassie is my childhood dog. I absolutely love her. I don't know what breed she is because we got her from an animal shelter. They said she's a golden retriever mix, but that's a lie because she's black and she has pointy ears. Like, golden retriever my fucking ass. Like, no, she's not a golden retriever. But anyways, I love Cassie. She's like the best dog ever. I've had her since I was in 4th grade. She's the love of my life. I love her. She's so sweet. And then I have another dog, Bridget. She's a Chihuahua mix. She was my Nana's dog. So an 89-year-old woman owned this dog until she died. And then we took her. So she is the most spoiled, rotten dog there is on this whole entire planet. She is such a little shit. One time I was eating ground beef in my room. She came into my room, wanted the ground beef. I didn't give it to her. So she shit in my room and then left. That's how I would sum up Bridget in one sentence if I had to. My favorite animal of all time is my cat, Gatiki. She is the love of my life, my soulmate, my best friend. Every single night before bed, she comes and lays on my chest, and then when she thinks I've fallen asleep, she wiggles down my body slowly, not to wake me up, and sleeps in between my legs. She is the most precious thing on the planet. We are the bestest of friends. I love my cat. I've had her for 18 years. So literally I got her 1 month before I started kindergarten, and I'm 23 now. How to balance work, school, gym. Just don't work. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so if I had to give you the best advice for how to balance doing all three, because I've done that before. I've worked a full-time job, went to high school, and started the gym at the same time. I would say pick a time that works for you to go to the gym, either in the morning or in the evening, maybe on a lunch break, and stick with it. So my favorite schedule is waking up at 5, working out, going to school, and then work. That was what I did when I was younger, and I had all three of those things. Now I only have work, which I work for myself, so I can kind of work whenever I want to, and the gym. So I still like to wake up early, go to the gym, and then get started on my work for the day. What inspired you to start your brand? So I have a swimwear brand called Serenity Swimwear, and what really inspired me to do that was growing up, I always wanted to be a fashion designer. Ever since the time I was young, I loved fashion. I actually initially started college studying fashion design at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, which is only the best school in the world for fashion design. You know, casual flex there. But anyways, I hated living in New York. So I knew that if I wanted to still do something in the fashion design industry, I would have to choose something that wouldn't require me to live in New York. Since I live in Florida, I'm always in a bikini. I love designing swimwear, and I'm really picky about my swimwear. So yeah, that's what inspired me to start my brand. I just wanted something that's cute, flattering, simple, and good quality, and I couldn't find that. So, thus, Serenity Swimwear was born. Does your swimsuits have removable padding? Yes, they do. Every single one does, so I love that. Does it support your boobs? Yes, they are super supportive. I've done full workouts in the back clasp ones and the front clasp ones, which that's the blue one, the white one, the black, and the brown. Amazing. They're so supportive. What is the price range? So for a top, it's $78, bottom $68, but if you buy the combined set, it's $129, so you get a little bit of a discount. And your first order is 10% off if you sign up with your email. So that brings the price down to $116 per swimsuit. You know, I didn't want to charge so much money, but I am a small business, so my swimsuits are manufactured and handmade in Bali. So for me, getting them to America, my costs are pretty high for a swimwear brand. And because I didn't want to buy just thousands of swimsuits, I do have a higher cost than other brands. But just know you are getting a really good quality swimsuit, and you're also supporting a small female-owned business. Do you have worldwide shipping? Not yet, unfortunately. I do not have worldwide shipping. But that is something I'm looking to add in the future, but for right now, we only ship to the United States. And if you live in Florida, it ships out of Florida, my swimsuits, so it's you pretty much get it like Amazon Prime, like you'll get it within a couple days. And last but not least, my most asked question out of all the questions I got was, are you single? No, I am not single. So I kind of keep everything offline, but yeah, I've had a relationship for the past 5 years. Thank you guys for coming to my Q&A. If you have any more questions, drop them below. Otherwise, I'll see you back next week for another workout.